So it's day 34 here in the produce section, where I'm going to show you just how easy and affordable it is to eat healthy. I'm going to start with the spaghetti squash. I haven't used this since the second or third day of the challenge, so I'm excited for you guys to see what I'm going to do with this. This is $2.50, it's weight-based. I'm also going to grab some organic basil. That's $1.99. I really enjoy basil. You can really put this in almost anything. So here we have some cannelli beans, and those are 99 cents. Cool thing about these is they have 30 grams of protein. If you think about that, the average man is supposed to get around 56 grams of protein, and the average woman is supposed to get around 46. So this is a lot of protein. Let's add some fruit. So here I have a banana, and that's 18 cents. The cool thing about a banana is it's packed with potassium. I used to eat these before high school football games so that I wouldn't cramp up, but if I did cramp, I use a mustard packet, so that's a little trick. So here I have a pomegranate. That's on sale for $2.50. I also have a navel orange, also on sale, and going to cost me around 44 cents. So here I have a basket full of food. Let's see how much this is going to cost us. So the total today was $8.88. Not bad. I'm excited for you guys to see what we're about to cook. So I just got home and I'm about to cook, but I just wanted to ask you guys what your favorite recipe has been so far in the challenge. I've done some pretty fun things, and I want to hear from you what you like the best. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to cut my spaghetti squash in half. In order to do this, I put it in the microwave for 2 to 3 minutes. What that does is it loosens it up and allows you to slice. So here's what it looks like, and there's where it's going to go. Next, I'm going to preheat the oven to 450 degrees and add my spaghetti squash to bake. While that bakes, I'm going to work on my sauce. So I have some leftover pine nuts from a day before. I also have my fresh basil, 1 clove of garlic, and some sea salt. So here's what that should look like. I added a little bit of filtered water and then I pulsed. I didn't blend because I wanted it to be a little bit chunky, but what you end up with is a really nice pesto. I have a few cherry tomatoes left over from the other day, so I'm going to cut those in half. And then I'm going to add them to my baking pan with my spaghetti squash. The spaghetti squash is about halfway done, so we can add those to roast. Next, I'm going to slice a couple cloves of garlic, and I'm going to add them to a pot with a little bit of water. Once my garlic has browned, I'm going to add in a can of cannelli beans. I'm also going to add in the rest of my leftover sun-dried tomatoes and the rest of my fresh basil. Now let's season, so I'm going to add in a little bit of salt and a little bit of pepper. So here's what that looks like in the pot. And if you could smell the way it smells in this kitchen right now, I promise you, you would try this. So my spaghetti squash is finished, so I'm going to remove that from the oven. Here's what it looks like. I also have the roasted tomatoes, which I put a little bit of salt on. Once that spaghetti squash cools, we're going to use a spoon to remove the seeds. Once you've removed the seeds, you're going to use a fork and it's going to come out just like pasta. So check this out. You scrape along the sides. And just that simple, you have these tasty spaghetti squash noodles. So now I'm going to add my spaghetti squash to a pan. So here's what that's going to look like. I'm then going to cook on low heat and add in my pesto sauce. You're going to want to coat those noodles with that pesto sauce until they turn this really nice green color. Then I'm going to add my roasted cherry tomatoes along with a little bit of salt and pepper to the noodles. Now I'm going to work on my breakfast. So here I have my pomegranate seeds. I scored the pomegranate and then knocked them loose. You just want the seeds, as that's the juicy, tasty part. And then I'm going to add my navel orange and my fresh banana. So for breakfast, I have a pomegranate, banana, orange fruit salad. For lunch, I have spaghetti squash, tossed in a really delicious pesto sauce and topped with roasted tomatoes. And for dinner, I have cannelli beans with garlic, sun-dried tomatoes, fresh basil, salt, and pepper. I sampled everything today, and today's food is absolutely amazing, so I'm really excited for you all to try this. And make sure to check back here every single day at 6:30 p.m. Pacific time on Facebook and Instagram for new produce section challenges.